So one of the things we did in the UI5 Mentor Monday a couple of weeks ago was to show UI5 using JSBin, which is a great facility for creating, storing, sharing HTML, CSS and JavaScript snippets. So I thought, as people were asking about this, I'd do another little screencast specifically about this to show some UI5 in JSBin. So what I've got here on the left-hand side in my HTML tab, I've got a template that I've saved. That's my starting template. So you can create something and say save as template. The starting template that I have already has the UI5 script tag. If you haven't got the script tag, you can just pull it in from the Add Libraries menu here. So Open UI5 there is down at the bottom. I've also got the body with the appropriate attributes on it. So I can then say, well actually before I do that, I can then say sap.m.button, just see if it works, text, hello. Actually before we place at content, before we do that, let's actually look at the share facility. We've got the share facility, so I can pretend to be another person as well. Open up a new window, and we can see there's that, and we can see what we're typing there. So we can say there's a text there, but no. Right. So anyway, we'll auto run that now, so we can run that every time we do it. And there's the hello button there. So let's use Spectacle. Thank you, Joseph, for telling me about Spectacle. To stick that over there. In fact, first of all, I'll just get rid of the HTML and the JavaScript on there. So it's just like an output. We're just seeing the output part of it. So anyway, we don't need the HTML anymore. So we're going to get rid of that tab. Just blend it out. So what we'll do actually is do something different. We'll have an IconTabBar with a couple of IconTabFilters, and one of those should contain a list. That's what we did in the UI5 Mentor Monday. So first of all, let's have we're doing this in JavaScript because it's easy and we can write it straight away. I would prefer normally to build my views using XML. But anyway, that's another story. So sap.m.IconTabBar, tabbar. We'll place that directly at the content. You can see something's happening already, but of course we haven't really filled out any of the attributes of the IconTabBar, any of the properties, so it doesn't look quite right yet. What we'll also do, because we're going to have the list bound to some entities in our Northwind, our favorite Northwind model, we'll actually set a model on this IconTabBar, and the model is going to be a new model, new sap.ui.model, OData model, and that instantiation takes a URL, which we'll stick in a minute, and we'll also ask for the JSON version of the URL. Now the Northwind service is here. We'll be using categories, but we want the Northwind service, so let's have that. That's our service document. And what we also want to use is this cause anywhere, because that will allow us to sort of grab resources, pull resources from other domains without having the issue of cross-origin resource sharing restrictions. So have a look at cause anywhere. It's something that Matthias Oswald pointed out to me. It's really cool. What you can do is there's a couple of live servers here, so we're just going to use this this one, live example, cause anywhere, and we'll stick that in as a prefix to our Northwind service. So still nothing's happened, but of course because we've not bound any of the entity sets or entities in that service to anything. So what we'll do now is we'll have an icon. Well, what does an IconTabBar contain? It contains IconTabFilters. So it has an items aggregation. So we'll have here a new sap.m.IconTabFilter. Now that IconTabFilter is going to have a text, categories. Oh, there we go. Text is showing up already because we haven't specified an icon. It's put a nice little blue background to the text, but we're going to have an icon anyway. Icon. Now I saw the other day in a demo, really weird icon. I like it actually. It's very steampunk. Sap icon fob watch. How random is that? So let's have fob watch. And this IconTabFilter has some content, and that content is going to be a list, our list, sap.m.list. There we go. So our list doesn't have any data at the moment. Let's give it a header text. There's lots of different ways of putting header stuff in lists and tables, but we'll just use header text property for now. Category list, there we go, that'll do. And a list has an items aggregation that we can then bind to an entity set, a collection, in our Northwind OData model. So let's go for this, items, what we're going to do, yeah, so let's have we'll bind it to a certain path in our service, categories, for example. When we bind to an entity set, multiple binding aggregation, we need to specify a template to stamp out the individual items in that aggregation in that entity set. So templates, and we'll have a new sap.m. Well, there's different ones. Let's have a standard list item. And the standard list item has a couple of properties, title and description. Oops. No comma. Now, here comes the binding. Each of the entities in the entity set is bound one by one to the template each time it's instantiated. So in here, what have we got here? We've got a category name and a description. That sounds nice. So we'll have it the category name and the description. Now notice description, if I just type the word description, obviously it's just some text. Okay, but the binding syntax is such that we can wrap the property name in the entity, in the model, in curly brackets, and it will be correctly bound. So there we go, there's our beverages with soft drinks, blah, 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 condiments. As you can see, things are happening over here. That fob watch is nice actually, but it's a little bit left of center because of that winder thing there. So actually I found another one which is really funny. Collaboration, which I like, but it looks like there's just two people. Oh, collaborate, is it? Yeah, collaborate. It's just like two people who have fallen asleep, which is really nice. Anyway, that's completely random. So there's our first IconTab filter in our IconTabBar. Just add another one just to show what an IconTabBar looks like with a couple of items in it. We'll add another one. So new sap.m.IconTabFilter. What should we put in that? Not nothing really, but we'll just have some text, which is I don't know, other icon sap. No, what's it called? Sap icon. I don't know, database. There we go, other, and that'll do really. We don't really want any content, but we'll just add some new sap.m.text. Text. This is some other stuff. What have I done to my category list? Oh, there we go. Other. This is other stuff, there we go, and the category list. Why is that not, one warning, there we go. Place that content, missing semicolon, where? Line 27, oh, let's turn the line numbers on. Thank you, Remy, for telling us where that is. Oh, no, it's just a missing semicolon there. Why is that not happening? There we go, oh, weird. Anyway, so there we go. That's pretty much all I wanted to do here, just to show you some UI5 using JSBin and also the fantastic watch facility of JSBin. So there we go. I'm going to stop this recording now and yeah, have fun.